Hey everybody, I'm Delicia here with a review of the new Montecristo Nicaragua series. This was debuted during the IPCPR trade show this year, 2018. Beautiful cigar aesthetically, has a very classic look to it, has the nice, again, just very simple classic black band with a little bit of gold adorning it, letting you know it's Montecristo and it's part of your Nicaragua series. So I've been smoking this cigar off and on since the trade show, not paying attention too much to the details other than I just keep reaching for it. It's a really good stick. And I was like, why do I like this cigar so much? So then I started obviously looking into it before I'm doing this review today, and come to find out AJ blended this. So that's why I like it so much. Big fan of AJ Fernandez. As you know, he's been very busy these last few years doing lots of fun stuff out there, growing tobacco, blending for lots of different people, and collaborating with his mastermind skills for blending. He has a knack for it. It definitely comes through with pretty much anything he touches. I've been a big fan of AJ's for many years now, and again, that's why I really gravitated towards this one. I just kept wanting to smoke it. Like, man, I really enjoyed this one. So, spoiler alert, I like the cigar. But let's get into why. So this one, as I mentioned, debuted during 2018 trade show. It is a full Nicaraguan stick, meaning all the tobacco being used in this blend comes from Nicaragua, grown by AJ, blended by AJ, and it's kind of more of the medium to full bodied on this one. It does come in, so far, in 4 vitolas. So they debuted it in a 54 by 5 Robusto, a 54 by 6 Toro, a 52 by 6 1/4 number 2, and then a Churchill 56 by 7. So today I'm smoking the Toro, and it's just a really nice cigar. Good price point on it. It's nothing that's going to break the bank. It's kind of in that little bit higher end than just your, you know, it's over $10 in other words. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's about $11.75 to $13 and change depending on what size, and always where you buy it, that makes a difference. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and light it up. And I actually have this really cool little Montecristo cutter. You guys always ask me about my accessories and I forget. This one's made by Colibri. Has the little back on it, which is fun. You don't have to really think about it. You just cut your cigar. And then using the good old DuPont torch. Love this, love this lighter. I have a few DuPonts, and this one, this particular torch one, is my favorite. So AJ has a beautiful factory. I've been there a few times. I'm hoping that he watches this review at some point, and then maybe he'll be really cool and make me a secret stash of Lanceros in this blend. AJ, if you're watching. And that was the most effortless light ever, and it just caught perfectly. I don't know if you noticed that, but you can probably hear it a little bit in the background. My apologies. There is a little bit of a breeze today, and with the single torch and just a little bit of lighting the foot, I didn't even have to touch it up. I mean, it just lit up perfectly, which is again another beautiful sign of something that's been blended properly, rolled properly. Just a very nice cigar. So you pick up a very muted spice. It's a very, when a cigar's been aged good, you know, that spice shouldn't bite you. It just kind of settles in like like when you're cooking and you just have a little bit of salt and pepper in there. It kind of has that, just a little bit. You notice it, it just flavors it a little bit more, but it's not a bite. It's not a pungent spice. It's very mellow. This cigar has a beautiful aged cedar in the background, and that little bit of a spice that hits you really on the tip of the tongue Again, I say salt and pepper because you get a little bit of that salty something in there, and then there's that hint of sweetness that comes in as you get, you know, a little bit deeper in the cigar. Right now you're really hitting the cedar, that aged, very nice cedar. Sun-drenched also comes to mind, you know, when you have a piece of cedar that's like a plank, and you have that mixture of it's been aged, just a little bit of a fresh, you know, sun type of feel to it. It's kind of a weird thing to describe as far as a flavor, but just some cigars have it. This one definitely has it. And then you get that nice little mixture of the spice. But it's extremely smooth, very balanced, as just a really nice, probably, well, it is my favorite Montecristo in their whole portfolio by far. Really, really nice. It's an easy to smoke cigar, meaning that you can pick it up any time of day. You could do it in the morning with a coffee. You could do it, you know, on your lunch break. You could definitely enjoy this in the evening. I could see putting this with, you know, a nice glass of whiskey. I think rum goes with everything, so you could definitely put it with rum depending on what you like. Or you could even do soda. For those of you who don't drink alcohol, you know, you could probably do like a Dr. Pepper or something like that to kind of pull the sweet notes. But it's a really nice, really nice cigar. Again, just very balanced and easy to smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and sit here and enjoy this nice weather that we're having and smoke my little Montecristo down and check back in for the second third. So coming back in on the second third of the Montecristo Nicaragua series, as you can see, it has a nice solid ash going on it. The one thing I will say about this cigar is it's definitely one that you need to take your time smoking. You want to be very aware of not to smoke it too fast, because if you do, it does tend to get a little bit warm. As with any cigar, you know, you don't want to smoke it fast because it gets warm and it starts to make the taste of it a little bit bitter, and that's true of this one. I had to remind myself to slow down and smoke a little bit slower. I have a tendency to puff kind of fast with my cigars, and some of them, you know, it's more noticeable than others that the flavor will get bitter real quick if you do that. So this one, you just want to make sure you take your time and make sure you're getting nice cool amounts of smoke in your mouth. But the flavors have gotten really sweet. There's a mixture of kind of a toffee nut, a little bit of a brown sugar. You pick up some of the cocoa, like that darker, more bitter chocolate cocoa flavor in it. And then you still pick up some of that cedar, a little bit of that cedar grassy kind of flavors in the background of it. The spice, again, is remained pretty much the same. It's not spicy, but you can kind of taste the notes of black pepper in there, but it's very muted. It's very subtle. But again, very nice, balanced. There's not a ton of strength to it. It's still in the medium. I would put it right smack dab in the middle of medium as far as strength is concerned, but really good flavor. Again, balanced. The bits of complexity come into play as you're looking for those different notes, but really nice. Still enjoying it quite a bit, and gonna take my time especially, and make sure that I'm not smoking it too fast and making sure that it's not getting bitter in any way. And I'm gonna check back in with you guys one last time for that final third. So coming back in on the final third of the Montecristo Nicaragua series, the flavors now at this point, you're left with a little bit more of that black pepper spice. The spice actually picked up slightly. As I mentioned in the beginning, the first and the second third, you could taste the notes of pepper, but it wasn't necessarily spicy. This last little third, it's gotten a little bit more of the spice. You still taste the pepper. There's also been more of a chocolatey, creamy chocolate type of, versus in the second third I mentioned like the dark chocolate, more of that bitter chocolate. This one is more of the creamy, sweeter type of chocolate for this final third. Little hint of anise has crept up in there, and then you still taste the cedar. So really nice profile overall. As I mentioned several times, I like it. I'm a fan of it. I've smoked quite a few of these. They're really tasty. Decent on the price point as well, good on the construction, great aroma. I didn't even talk about the aroma. The aroma is very nice. It's that inviting, very welcoming type of aroma. Overall, very good. Medium, solid medium. It does pick up a little bit more of a fullness to it towards this final, third or so, or really like the last half. But again, easy to smoke. You can pretty much smoke this any type of day, any time of the day with any type of beverage, whether it be a coffee or a whiskey or a soda. It's kind of one of those, again, easy cigars to put with a lot of things and to just enjoy. So I liked it, and I'd love to hear from all of you if you've tried it yet, if you plan on trying it, all of those fun things. And as always, I thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out for a little bit with me, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.